Hello Schedule 1 players and welcome to another video. Today we are doing a little video on the ultimate guide on chemists. So without further ado, let's get into it. So what you want to do is when you hire chemists, you want to manage them, and you're going to want to assign them a bed by pressing on the none button. I do have a bed in the middle of a room, but there you go, he's assigned. You would usually want to have it, somewhere maybe low-key. Well, if you prefer to have it in the middle of the room, that's fine too. But after you assign him a bed, you're gonna want to open the briefcase and put some money in here, because if he's not paid, he's not gonna work. Another side tip, if you want to see a full guide on how to automate this warehouse, I'm gonna link you to that video in the description. So now chemists are actually great because we do a lot of things. We can man cauldrons, chemistry stations, lab ovens, and also mixers. But we are bad because of one thing: we cannot bring the necessary materials to their stations, unlike botanists. Basically, if you set up, like for example, if we dry the weed on the racks, or in this case coke, the botanist can bring it directly to the cauldron and whatever. And if we press destination from cauldron to the lab oven like this by pressing E, selecting destination and pressing on lab oven, they will bring the finished product to the lab ovens. But for example, the cauldrons need gasoline, right? And they will absolutely not take it themselves. So yeah, you have two options: either refill the stock yourself, or have handlers assigned to that, which we will look in the future. But basically, yeah, when you assign, chemists to stations, you want to set up the destination points for those stations, because they will bring the finished product, for example, from a cauldron to the lab oven. And if we're gonna use mixers, and we set destination to one of the mixers, and then destination from one mixer to another, and etc. Once they are done with the product, they will, bring the finished product here, and then either them or another chemist will work on it. They just won't bring the ingredients, which we will use the handler for, as I mentioned. So how do I assign them? So we can man a maximum of 4 stations. So for example, we set them up as, cauldron, maybe 2 cauldrons, or maybe a cauldron, a lab oven, and then a couple of mixers. But yeah, that's kind of basically how it works. You assign them some stations that only chemists can handle. Like I said, chem station, cauldron, lab oven, or mixer. And they will come up here, set the product, set the timer, then go to the next one, set the product, set the timer, then on to the next one. And when the product finishes, they will take the finished product, transport it to the destination. Once this is finished, we will transport it here, then here, then here, and etc. wherever you set it. Now you do want to set, like your last mixing station, or like your last station, whatever it is, to a brick press or a packaging station. So then later we can have handlers package them and bring the packaged goods to the shelves. So you can either go straight from this to the packaging station, or go from this to the mixers, and from the last mixer to the brick press. But yeah, guys, that is basically how it works. He's not working right now because in the cauldrons there is no grass, no coke, nothing like that. But if you set this up like I showed you, it should be working no problem. So alright guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out, and I sure hope to see you in the next one.